take a look at this, though. This is a really good point, and if Kalen DeBoer and Alabama aren't careful, this could wind up backfiring on them in the worst way possible. At this point in time, it looks like Kalen DeBoer is cleaning the house, and he's forming his own staff. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Your boy Matt is snowed in. Well, actually, this morning I took this picture right here. I'll pop it up on the screen. I was going to get a coffee, but like I told you guys, if it snows not even half an inch, if it snows a quarter of an inch in northern Alabama, that's where I reside at, they shut down the whole city. But I figured, hey, why not? Maybe the coffee shops will be open until 12, and nope, nobody was open. Granted, I will throw in there, as you can see from this picture, the roads, they were pretty bad. And I know some of you are sitting there saying, Matt, why were you driving in this? What are you thinking, man? And to be honest, it's not that hard. And I'll tell you guys the same thing I told my mom on the phone this morning when she asked me why I was driving in that. I simply told her, because I know how to drive. Trust me when I say this, it's not that difficult. The only thing that is difficult to drive, and it's not even difficult, it's impossible, is ice. I will not try to drive in ice, and if I don't got to, no, I'm not going in it. You can't even be skilled at driving in ice because a lot of times you can't do anything about it. But as long as it's just snow, yeah, I'm fine. Not that hard. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And for those of you that aren't from Alabama and you aren't from the Southeast wondering why in the crap is this guy talking about a couple inches of snow, well, it's because it never snows here and it's a big deal. Oh, wait a minute. First things first, I almost forgot to show you this. Somebody tweeted at me a crazy video last night. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I got to pull it up right here. This is from Braden Bennett. Shout out to Braden. He sent this to me on Twitter. I assume he's somewhere in northern Alabama because he got hit with this snowstorm. He's either got to be in northwest Alabama, Mississippi, or Tennessee because I don't know how he got snow last night. He stated, with the snowstorm coming through the south and Saban retiring, I had to honor the GOAT by jumping in the snow. And I've already seen the video clip, but I'm going to roll it for you guys. So, Matt, roll the clap.
In honor of Nick Saban.
Shout out to Braden, man, and thank you for sending me that video because that made me smile, and that's awesome. But I do have one question. Why is your shirt off? I don't even mind that you have shorts on. I get it because you probably didn't want to get your pants wet. But why is your shirt off? Y'all show some love to my man Braden in the comment section. And outside of that, it has been a great morning. I also cooked myself some French toast, so I'll pop it up on the screen right here. Snow, French toast, and coffee. A morning can't get any better than that. But that is all besides the point, Matt. Shut the crap up and let's talk about football. We got a developing story yet again involving, guess who? The Alabama football team. We've been in the MBG sweatshop making so many videos the past 3 to 4 or 5 days. It's been insane. And you know what 90% of the videos have been about? Alabama. A lot of stuff going on. Saban retires. We bring in DeBoer. We got players leaving left and right. We're trying to bring new players in. We got to hire a new defensive coordinator. It's a lot. And yesterday morning, we talked about how Kalen DeBoer's old offensive coordinator at Washington, he announced he's leaving Washington. And in his message, I'll pop it up right here. If you haven't seen it, you can pause it and read it for yourself. Ryan Grubb stated that he wanted to be the Washington head coach, but they didn't want him there, so he's got to leave. And when Ryan Grubb announced that he's leaving Washington, there's a lot of speculation that he was going to join Alabama relatively soon. And the last time we talked about this, which, yet again, reminder was yesterday morning, we didn't have any updates. Well, now we get an update on the situation, and according to the newest new reports, it's being stated that Ryan Grubb is going to be the new offensive coordinator. And my source for this is the same source that broke the same news that Nick Saban was going to retire. It's Chris Lowe, and he's also stated that Alabama's not just going to add Ryan Grubb, but they're also going to add Nick Sheridan, who's from Washington, and Jamarcus Shepard, who's also from Washington. Oh, wait a minute. My apologies. Also, Scott Huff, the offensive line coach. So 4. Whew, man, oh man, what do y'all think about that? Alabama adding not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 coaches from Washington to the staff. At this point in time, it looks like Kalen DeBoer is cleaning the house, and he's forming his own staff. And I'm all here for it because that's what the head coach has got to do. I know there's a lot of questions, and feel free to ask them to me in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to explain them in the up-and-coming videos, but I also want to address this. This is going to be the biggest one. What about Tommy Rees? For those of you that don't know, Tommy Rees is the current offensive coordinator for Alabama, and I thought he did pretty good this year. I thought he got a lot of hate that he didn't deserve, and from where Alabama started to where they finished, not only did Jalen Milroe improve, but I thought Tommy Rees's play calling improved. I don't think anybody's going to sit up here and say, Tommy Rees was the greatest offensive coordinator last year in the country, and he's one of the best in the game. No. I don't think anybody's going to say that. But here's the thing with Tommy Rees that I do like. He's a young guy on the come up, and he's only going to get better and better and better. Me personally, I wouldn't mind one way or another if we keep Tommy Rees or we get Ryan Grubb. It is what it is, but I've been thinking about this the past couple of days. How does that work? If Kalen DeBoer says, hey, I want to bring in Ryan Grubb because he was my offensive coordinator at Washington, does that mean technically Tommy Rees is fired? If you know anything about how that goes down, let me know in the comment section. I don't know what the technological term would be for that, so like I said, you know anything about it, fill us in the comment section. Take a look at this though. This is a really good point, and if Kalen DeBoer and Alabama aren't careful, this could wind up backfiring on them in the worst way possible. He just blew up, referring to Kalen DeBoer, the entire staff. And while he being an outsider might not pose a problem, having coaches who do know the area he will recruit from could be a real problem. As a fan from another SEC school, I applaud this development. Very interesting perspective, and to a certain extent, I think he's right. You bring in a bunch of coaches from Washington and you're putting them in the SEC, you don't know how they're going to recruit in the Southeast. I'm sure we'll hear something on this relatively soon. Before we end out this video, let's take a look at a comment or two here. These are on some of the recent videos, so thank you for leaving these comments. Bond and Knoblack were really good talents, but I feel like they can be replaced. We are getting Caleb Odom. That's a great tight end I've already covered. That's an upside, and I feel like Jalen Hale is about to be Milroe's main target. He didn't play. What, dude? You got to put some periods here. There should have been a period after target, so let's continue after that. He didn't play that much, but I was really impressed from what I saw, and I am really excited to see him get more playing time. Period. If he stays and we have other receivers that can step up, we still have Jim Miller and Justice Haynes. To my point is we have players that can step up. I can't wait for next season, and shout out to the 256. Shout out to the 256. Look at this comment. They're leaving because Milroe is coming back. Hopefully new coach will right the ship. These guys want to catch footballs, not block. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I've read that, I don't think this is a joke. I think this comment, or the person who wrote this comment, is being dead serious. Wow, do people actually feel that way? That comment's got a lot of likes. Do people believe these receivers and tight ends are leaving because of Milroe? And the more I think about that, there's probably some truth to that. And I even stated with Isaiah Bond leaving. Yeah, of course. He'll have a better opportunity to put up way more numbers at Texas than he would at Alabama, just due to the fact Quinn Ewers isn't going to run for 150 yards per game like Jalen Milroe sometimes. Milroe is rarely, if ever, going to pass for 300 yards, but Quinn Ewers can do it almost every single game. Total yards, Quinn Ewers and Jalen Milroe might be even, but remember, a lot of Milroe's yards come on the ground. And if you're a wide receiver, it goes without being said, that's not necessarily the most fun offense to play in for yourself. So yeah, I was taking that comment as a joke at first. I thought they were joking, but no, they're being serious. That's fascinating, very fascinating. And you want to get into something else, and we'll talk about this all throughout the offseason. Remember, Ty Simpson, he didn't leave. He's not in the portal. He's coming back. And with a new head coach in there, you never know. He may reopen the quarterback battle. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Because you got to assume automatically Jalen Milroe at this point in time, he's QB1. I know he's got some haters and people don't like him, but that dude was nothing short of fantastic for Alabama this season. There's many more comments I could read off, but I want to make this a short and sweet video and get it down as quick as possible. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. But,